Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a storytime video. I think the last time I did a storytime video was maybe like 6 or 7 months ago, so I decided to switch it up and do another one. And what triggered me to do this particular storytime was in the last, like, I don't know, 1 to 3 months, I'm sure you guys have all seen on the news, people going to the Dominican Republic for vacation and dying or coming back very sick. And I've heard even stories that haven't made the news, just horror stories in general. And it got me thinking to the time that me and my husband went, well, we were on a cruise and one of the ports was Mexico. So I wanted to tell you guys all about that, what happened to us. Obviously, we're still alive, but even thinking about it freaks me out. I'm thankful to this day that, we were okay. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and the notification bell down below. And without further ado, if you guys would like to hear about the time me and my husband got drugged in Mexico but made it out alive, then just keep watching. Okay, you guys, so I know this isn't my normal setup when I do most of my videos, but I kind of wanted to just chill and relax and talk to you guys sitting on the ground. So this happened to us, I want to say it was 3 to 4 years ago. I just can't remember if it was in 2015 or 2016. I think it was in 2016. It was the year that we were going to get married, or it was right after we got engaged. I just can't remember for the life of me, but besides the point. So as most of you guys know, we do a lot of cruises, me and my husband. So this was a cruise we did. One of the ports stopped in Mexico, and the port that it stopped in was Cozumel. And we had never even been to Mexico before, so being to Cozumel was obviously a new thing. So we knew we were going there, and we kind of were like, we didn't know exactly like what to do. So my husband was kind of researching, and I think he went on TripAdvisor, and it said like the best places to go in Cozumel, all you can eat, all you can drink, and like beaches. The one place was called, and I'm gonna tell you guys, it was called Mr. Sancho's, and it said you could, I think, buy like a whole day pass for $50, all you can eat, all you can drink. So that's a pretty damn good deal, like a really good deal. So we're like, we are all over that. We are doing that. So basically, when we got to Cozumel, we got off the ship, and it's not like there's beaches there or anything. Other ports, you get off the ship, there's beaches, right there. So we got off the ship, and it's kind of like we had to go through almost like a mall. We had to go upstairs, walk through the mall, and then go downstairs to get into actually like Cozumel. There was like tons of shops and everything like that. So once we got out of the mall, we took a cab to Mr. Sancho's, and it was kind of depressing, you guys, and I'm just being honest. It was really depressing, just during the cab ride, just seeing all like the animals. Like, I'm a big animal lover, as most of you guys are. And I know this sounds bad, but I wasn't even really like looking at the people. I was just looking at the animals, and I saw just like dogs everywhere, and skinny dogs, and it just broke my heart. But besides the point, so we get to Mr. Sancho's. The weather really wasn't that great throughout the day, you guys, but we're like, you know what? We're not going to let that ruin our time, ruin our vacation. We'll just drink and eat all day, whatever. So, but it was nice because right when we got there, we did walk to like the beach part, and they had like nice little tiki huts, lounge chairs, and it would have really been nice if it was sunny, but the weather just wasn't cooperating. So we went more to like the main area where all the tables were, the bars were, and they even had pools too. So we did that. So basically we just drank and ate all day. And the food, I mean, it was okay. It was just like nachos, all different kinds of different foods. I think they had like burgers, chicken tenders, stuff like that. So like all you can eat. My husband, it was like a dream for him, even though we're already on a cruise where it's all you can eat, which, by the way, that's like one of the things my husband loves most about cruises. He calls it eating like a king. So the drinks, we were just drinking everything, you guys, and they had like a drink menu too. My husband's like, all right, I'm just gonna try all the different drinks on here. I forget what the names of them were, but actually, and I will link it down below because I watched it recently again. I did a vlog of this whole vacation, and I actually have vlog footage of us being there at Mr. Sancho's. If you guys are interested or want to see it, there's like a little part of it where we are there, and I did film it, so I'll link that down below. So basically, basically, we had a great time. We had fun, and you know, I remember everything perfectly fine. I think our bar, like our waiter's name, our server's name that was getting us the drinks and food and everything. I think his name was Francisco. That's what it was. I even remember that. So we remember everything. And then, you know, I think we had to be back. Usually, typically, it's like we had to be back to the ship. I think by 5 o'clock. That's when it was leaving. So we wanted to be back, you know, at least, I think you had to be on the ship by 5. I'm not exactly sure. It might have been like 4:30. So we left, I want to say around 4 o'clock to get a cab back to like that mall area that we had to walk through to get on the ship. So I remember where my husband was like, you know, I'm going to get a cab. I remember walking outside Mr. Sancho's and I think getting in the cab, and my husband remembers getting in the cab, and he remembers you know, some of the cab ride, but that's it. And the next thing we remember, you guys, so that was like around like 4 or 5 o'clock or whatever. The next thing we remember is I wake up, okay, and I just wake up and I was like, wow, I napped. Like, this is crazy, because I usually, even if I'm drinking, I don't usually nap. I just am not a napper. My husband is, I'm not. So the next thing I remember, I wake up to just go to the bathroom. I feel perfectly fine. I don't even feel like I drank. Like, I feel fine. And I'm thinking, okay, so I should probably get up, you know, just check the clock, see what time it is, because we want to go to dinner. So I check my phone. And I think, well, yeah, I think either I checked my phone or my watch, because when you're on the ship, like your phone with the time, it just gets all, it's not correct, especially when you're at sea. So I think I looked at my watch and I almost had a heart attack. It was 11:30 at night, you guys. 11:30 at night. So we missed everything that we could possibly go to on the ship. I mean, you know, we could still go till, I don't even know, like we could still go to, like, you know, whatever bars that were open and get a drink or whatever. But in terms of food, going to the restaurants or anything on the ship, completely missed that. We were starving, so we had to order room service that came at like 12 o'clock at night. So yeah, that's never happened to me or my husband in our lives. And we used to drink, even, I know this sounds like really bad, but even in my like early 20s, I drank way more than that, and I've never had that happen. But the thing with me that I want to tell you guys is, if I drink a lot, I will get, especially like vodka drinks, I will get sick, I will throw up, I will be so hungover, it's not even funny. The next day, I will be in bed, dry heaving, I won't be able to function. Like, I don't get like that anymore. That's how I used to get when I would drink. So, I felt fine, you guys. So I wake my husband up. He almost has a heart attack. We couldn't believe it. We were kind of like laughing at first. We thought it was kind of funny, but we both felt fine. I never got sick. I didn't have a headache. It was bizarre. So we didn't remember anything. So the first thing I said to my husband is, all right, let's make sure we have our room key, which obviously to get into the room, we would have had to have it. Do you have your wallet? Is your money there? Did I lose anything? Is my phone? Do I have my phone? Do I have my purse? Everything like that. Nothing was missing. Again, very bizarre. Nothing. We were fine. We were perfectly fine. And we slept for like 6 hours. Again, that's never happened to me before. Like, I don't nap. We don't remember. Okay, so this is what the scary part is. So we don't remember anything. We blacked out pretty much. And to get back onto the ship, you need to have, you know, you need to know what you're doing, okay? And I told you, it's not like the cab would have just dropped us off and we walked on the ship. We had to go upstairs and downstairs through this huge mall, okay? And when you get on the ship, you have to have your, or actually no, before you go onto the ship, you have to go through customs and you have to show your passport. So we had to have shown our passport, and then we had to have our room key. So then we would have, once we got through the mall area and got through customs, showed them our ID, our passport, whatever, we would have had to go onto the ship, like the ramp onto the ship. You give them your key card, they, you know, they slide it in or whatever to check you into the ship. Then we would have had to obviously know where we were going, what room we were going to, take the elevators to get back to our room. So you need to know what you're doing to to do all this. This is what I'm trying to say. We don't remember anything, so it freaks us the F out. And we kind of just were like, well, maybe we just got back okay and we just don't remember it. But again, you guys, like, this has never happened to me. So, or my husband for that matter, like, we don't remember anything. We're not sick. We don't have a headache. We feel fine. It's just bizarre. So then we both started saying, and I think in that, well, I didn't say it in that video, but, I started to think like maybe we got roofied. I had, and this is no offense, but I've heard things like, you know, with drinks in Mexico, water in Mexico, sometimes the food in Mexico. So I said we had to have gotten like roofied or drugged or something. So I don't necessarily think we got roofied, but I was like, we had to have gotten drugged or something. So I kind of just like had that story, you know, I've told people here and there, but kind of like forgot about it, but it did freak us out. We were thankful to get back. And the more and more I thought about it, I'm like, did somebody actually physically have to help us to get through that like whole mall thing? Did somebody have to physically help me and my husband onto the ship, get our key card? Like, we don't know, you guys, and it's scary. Like, it's scary. I don't even know. I mean, I probably maybe had like 6 or 7 drinks, but we were there for like, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 hours. So it's not like I was doing shots and this and that, like nothing out of the normal. So something clearly happened. And so anyways, you know, on the news, you guys have seen all the people going to the Dominican and dying. They say that like those little mini fridges in your room or whatever, some people were like drinking those and they were bad and dying. And then some people were at bars at certain resorts and drinking the alcohol. I don't know. It just freaks me out. They're not, so that kind of triggered me. So then I was like researching, and I was actually typing in, you know, people going to Mexico from cruises, Cozumel, and being like drugged, not remembering anything. And I started really researching it, and I was seeing the same cases happening. People were reporting it. So basically what I found out is that there's a lot of bootleg alcohol in Mexico. And when I say bootleg, it's like basically not safe to drink. And they, it's to all save money. And I guess resorts had to actually tell all their, you know, their guests, any liquor bottles like rum, vodka, whatever, throw away, dispose of, because people in Mexico were taking these empty bottles, filling it with bootleg liquor and selling it, or selling it back to the hotels or whatever. And again, it's like you're drinking almost like moonshine. I don't even know, or it's just not safe, okay? So, and I have my pajamas on, don't mind me. So I started, and I'm like, oh, great. Well, but then when I was reading the people that had happened to, one person died, and I guess some people were saying that they did that in Mexico so that you could go to the hospital and pay enormous amounts of money for them to take care of you, which is effed up. But what else is what I was reading is that some of the people, especially the ones that went on cruises that got back to the ship, they were missing money, they were puking, they were sick. So it's bizarre, like I said, because we weren't missing any money, we weren't missing anything, and we were not sick, we were not hungover, I did not have a headache, I felt fine, we were just hungry, and we blacked out. But those stories that I was reading online, people, everybody said blackout. I think I was searching like blackout in Mexico on cruises, whatever. I don't know if I went as far as to search the actual like resort place that we went to, Mr. Sancho's, but so I don't know exactly what happened, you guys. I don't know if we had that bootleg liquor, if something was put in our drinks. Again, I know like if you get roofied, or if you have like really bad liquor like that, you will black out, but you will also be sick or whatever. Again, we weren't missing anything. So I'm just saying, you know, we were drugged or whatever, bootleg liquor, I don't know. Again, we just don't remember anything, you guys, so it's freaky. So this is what and no offense again, but we're never going to Mexico again. Like, after that experience, we will not go to Mexico again. And definitely, I mean, I think I went to the Dominican once, and it was on a cruise. We got off and got right back on. We were in a bad area of the Dominican, and it was the animals. It just breaks my heart, but it was a very poor part of the Dominican. And it's probably a good thing that we got right back on the ship, because with what's happening today, and that was probably, I think, like maybe 5 years ago we went. But we will not go back to to Mexico ever again. And I know people go all the time on vacation and have great experiences in Mexico, but there's also people who have really bad experiences in Mexico, same experiences that me and my husband had. So we'll just stick to going to the Caribbean, where we always go and love and don't have any issues with anything. Since then, we've never had that happen again, and it's just bizarre, you guys. Like, again, if that was to happen to me, I would have at least expected to be sick, hungover. But even being like that, so say I was like super wasted and drunk, I don't think I would have napped for 6 hours. Like I said, I don't nap, and if I was that drunk to the point where I would black out, I'd be puking. So I don't know, you guys. It's just very bizarre. I know this is a little like too much information, but I wanted to share this with you guys. You know, I'm not telling you don't go to Mexico, but the moral of the story is to just be safe wherever you go, whatever country you go. I mean, this could happen anywhere, but I know that lately a lot of the stories have come, and I think there was a death or 2 deaths or something in that area in Mexico, by Cozumel, and I think by what's the place that my sister went to? Playa del Carmen, maybe, somewhere in there. But you don't really hear about, like, I think it happened a couple of years ago. Like, it was like a college student and she died or whatever. But, you know, there are horror stories out there. So just, you know, do your research, be safe wherever you go, not just Mexico or whatever. And I would hope that none of you guys are going to the Dominican Republic anytime soon. And it's crazy because I haven't really heard anything since it was all over the news, and you know, I don't know. It's very bizarre what's going on over there. And I've heard, you know, a lot of different things. I'm not going to like get into that, but you know, don't go to the Dominican until they resolve what's going on there, you guys. I know, like, and I'm like, the crazy thing too, you guys, is like people were going there after they would see on the news all these people dying, and it's like, just cancel your freaking vacation. Like, do you want to be alive? You know, and I'm sure you can get your money back. Like, I didn't understand that, you know. It's like, really, people. You know, and it's terrible. I think like one kid lost his mother. I think he didn't want his mother to go, or his grandmother, or whatever. I don't know. It's terrible. So the moral of this story, you guys, is when you go on vacation anywhere, not just where I went, just be careful, be safe. But, you know, you can just kind of keep this in the back of your head about me going to Mexico. Maybe just like don't drink there, or just be careful, or make sure you have somebody with you that isn't drinking, or I don't even know. It had to have been something that we were drinking, you guys, the alcohol, because of, especially with what I researched with their whole bootleg alcohol situation, I don't know. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I know it's not like a really funny story time, but the thing is, when it happened to us, I think the next day in the vlog, if you guys do watch it, I was like, Mr. Santos kicked our ass, because we just didn't remember anything, and we slept for 6 hours. It was crazy. But looking back on this now, you guys, it freaks me the F out. Like, freaks me out. Something really bad could have happened. We could have gotten abducted. We could have gotten robbed. I mean, we don't remember going back onto the ship, and you need to know what you're doing. You need to have your brain. You need to be comprehending different things, and we don't remember an effing thing, you guys. So that's the story, you guys. And you know, just be safe when you travel, be safe when you vacation. But anyways, let me know if you guys want me to do more story times. Obviously, they're not going to be like this particular topic. I used to do them a while ago, and then I kind of stopped, because I know you guys are usually here for my beauty videos. So let me know if you guys would like me to do any other story time videos. But that is it. And also in the comments, let me know, has anything like this ever happened to you in your life when you vacationed? Anything similar? Have you heard any stories from any of your friends? Just let me know in the comments down below. I would be interested to find out. But that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.